Welcome back, everyone, to the smooth sounds of NTR Radio. Story of Can't Jippa the Dippa. Alright. It's a green text, so, well, I'm sure. Everybody following along, yeah? It's gonna be a while. Alright. 16. Normal fag, nerdy, kissless, virgin beta, the works. Probably a 7 or 8 out of 10 in all honesty. Just shy, awkward as fuck around girls. And no dress sense. Junior year, homecoming's coming up. Obviously don't have a date, because beta. That helps tards throughout the day, and you know the drill. Besides mom and teachers, the only girl I ever talked to is a tard girl. We'll call her Dippa. Chips and dip, and would always eat them at lunch. One of those. Sometimes had to sit with her. I like the pick related. Don't worry about the pick. Which is like a 10 out of 10 for Downette. Nah, she was like a 3 out of 10 for their scale and wouldn't even register on the human scale. Really annoying, but I was stuck with her because I literally pulled the shortest straw in the tard allocation ceremony. Shit. Worth looking after, though, I guess. Gave me something to do, and it looks good in applications. Luckily, I have Smart Fag going for me. Grade reports. On top of that, Dippa had a really hot sister. We'll call her Sonia, who was a senior. Such a connection would one day come in handy, I thought. My friends, i.e. the other members of the Tard Wrangler Brigade, and I are sitting with our designated tards at lunch. I'll call him Joe. Brings up homecoming. You got a Danon on? Palms sweaty, knees weak, etc. Can tell Dippa's perking up. The first time all lunch, she stops eating her chips and dip. Joe knows she wants to go downs on me. Yes, that's downs with an S, my friends. Anyone? He smirks. No, not really planning on going. Voice that will haunt me forever resonates throughout the cafeteria. Homecoming with you and Nan? Says Dippa. On my Wrangler friends' faces. That's in quotes. Really, as friends, they're just dicks. Even some of the other tards are about to kick. Spawn. But every bit of logic in my body wants me to say no. But I can't actually turn down a Downette and get away with it. Rage. Decide, though, that it's probably for the best if I say no. Quote, unquote. Look at me. Dippa looking anxious. Oh, thanks. Start to roll out of my mouth. Hit himself with laughter, but trying to hold it in is not to offend the tards, as if they could understand why he was laughing. Suddenly, Sonia walks over. She is hot, like a 9 senior sister of Dippa. Really nice, but obviously way out of our league. Because if Sonia finds out I rejected her downy sister, how the fuck would that look? How are you guys doing? Dip off of her mouth. Says, I asked Anon if you want to go to homecoming with me. Looking sexy as hell, but stern. Oh, really, Anon? So, will you accept my sister's invitation to... Joe about to flip his shit. It's expanding already. A few of the other guys, they're also trying to hold in their laughter. Now, right? I mean, I guess so. Except Dippa, who's gleaming happily. She literally jumps over the table to give me a hug, spilling her fucking dip everywhere.
Not the dip.
Starts to laugh, but now there's a giant Downette on top of me. Feel about as violated as the iceberg in Titanic, and she definitely wouldn't fit on top of that door unless it was reinforced adamantite. Dippa off me. And some of the adult wranglers notice the crisis scene and come and help restrain Dippa and help clean shit up. Sonia comes over to me and says, "Mister, real seductive like." Joe starts making fun of me. "You think the volunteer wranglers would be more considerate of the tards?" Hey bro, what was I gonna do? Plus she has feelings too. Homecoming's a few weeks away, but Dippa won't stop clinging to me. Date a wrangler. People obviously find out, and to some, I become a laughingstock. Accepting Dippa's invite actually gives me some cred with the ladies. Called me such a nice guy. Plays a beta, taking one for the team. Even worse is when I tell my parents. My beta. Mom literally has no response to the news. Dad just chuckles silently to himself in the corner watching History Channel. Decide to get ready for homecoming anyways. I realize, fuck it. I'm doing something good for society, right? Billy calms down from his downs coming jokes and realizes I'm actually a real brave guy for pulling this shit. Dippa, meanwhile, seems like she's really in love with me. Somehow, probably through Joe and then Sonia, she gets my fucking phone number and ends up sending me a fucking nude one night while she's romantically texting me. I would let the messages pile up and respond to about 40 at the same time. Nude, as you can imagine, is fucking repulsive. I never received, therefore ruining technologically related sexual contact forever. A little bit upon receiving it. This was about a week before homecoming. Send me any more pictures after that. I told her it was inappropriate at this stage, and some fucking how she understood and agreed. I mentioned she was allowed a cell phone and that she comprehended texting. Underestimate. Leading up to the homecoming, there was more shit, lots more of Dippa hugging me in school awkwardly and people laughing. Lots of Sonia talking to me and saying how happy she was that her sister had a friend as close as me. Just how much Sonia would talk to me because of Dippa, he started to get a bit jealous and even mentioned as a side comment that he'd even consider dating his own tardette Jemima if she had a hot sister. Fat and black. Tell him that I was becoming that he couldn't even pull that shit off. More girls start talking to me about Dippa, which continues to balance out the fact that Dippa keeps literally spilling dip everywhere around me and on me at lunch, in the halls, and everywhere else. So look after her at lunch, take her from her tard classes like an infant language 101.
Jesus.
Long story short, homecoming comes along. I end up getting into Sonia's group because how could she not include her own sister? Males, 9 and 10 out of 10 females in the group. A dream come fucking true. Kind of a member of the popular gang, even if I'm only there because of a chromosomal loophole. Go in a party bus, which is not a good thing with Dippa if you know tards and buses. She flips her shit during the bus ride, ends up literally biting Sonia's date. I wrangle her as best I can. Everybody calms down, but it's clear for everyone's sanity that I shouldn't have taken Dippa's to Kimmy in the first place. I still don't get that Suarez joke. To the dance, and Sonia makes it a priority to get Dippa and I as far away from the group as possible. End up dancing retardedly, figuratively and literally, all the other nerds and losers. She ends up forcing me to slow dance to Believing. Great song, by the way. Too bad. Rick roll. That shit would have been great. She lets herself loose like a tornado into the big mesh of people in the middle of the school gym. where the dance was, obviously, and hits a few people during her quote-unquote dance. Calm her cyst hard down, and gives me another seductive, thanks for being a good sport, smile. And Sonia invites me back to her place where they're having an after party. First time going to a high school party. Never really been interested, but there'll be like 9 out of 10s there, so no shit, I'm going. Back to her house, and her parents are out of town. Shell uncle is, quote-unquote, overseeing the party. Sits in the corner smoking weed with some of the party guests. Probably like 50 to 60 people there, I guess, all dancing, drinking, what you'd see in a movie, but not what you'd imagine seeing in real life, especially if you're as beta as this guy. Ooh. One problem, though, still with Dippa. And I still have to wrangle date her at the party. So, perfect plan. See, they have chips and dip. I'll be quick. I send her over to the chips and dip, and she is set. Now, for my ascension to alpha. That Dip is satisfied, I'll try and satisfy her sister. For being such... Alright. Everybody's impressed with my patience. Sonia, looking seductive again, not even talking to her football captain date, who's off smoking a joint with the uncle. All over me. Is hard wrangling really such a panty wetter? Yes, Anons. Yes, it is. With Sonia and friends, they learn I'm actually pretty cool despite being a shy, hard-wrangling nerd. Sorry, the drinks are hitting. I'm obviously not as shy. Dippa actually did a lot to help me get over that, as did Sonia. We alone after about 30 minutes of conversation. She's obviously tired after organizing the party and people having gone off to drink, smoke, etc. And we're just chilling on the couch at this point. Been into anything like... I've never been to anything like this in my life. I've never even tasted alcohol before, I say to Sonia. Getting some beer. Well, this is her first time for everything, she says, smiling. Now, diamonds! Wanna go from dating a 9 out of 10 to a 9 in one night? Well, I fully reflect over the sex axis. Says Anon. Well, Anon, what else haven't you done before? This is the moment where I revert to full beta alchemist. A lot of stuff. Like, yeah. I guessed. Watching the full beta alchemist was a reference to an anime. Look it up, it's real good. Dick is now harder than winning a presidential election. I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm gonna move on. I can see from your pants that you wish this wasn't the case. My boner with my hands. Says, sliding towards me on the couch. It's flattering. She leans in to kiss me. You hadn't guessed. Unless you include Dippa grinding her teeth against my lips a few times during the slow dance. First timer, you're not that bad. And you're more attractive than you think. I reply, slipping further down the Greek alphabet with each syllable. I get at this point. My hand. And secretly sneaks me upstairs. She closes the door behind us. Obviously happier than I've been in my shitty life. Dick is harder than theoretical physics.
That's pretty fucking
and
hard.
hard for those of you who have never looked into theoretical physics. Anyways. Things are silent from now on. Except she says one thing. And now? What you did to my sister. Fuck, now I'm thinking of Dippa. Shit! When Sonia pulls down my pants, starts going down on me. But it's still interspersed with thoughts of Dippa. Still, getting my first beer is heavenly. What? Alright. Dude's got spelling errors. Probably meant BJ or something. I don't know. Actually done it many times before. Not a surprise. Probably even did it to her stoner uncle. Explained the family's chromosome deficiency. It's an incredible way. Going up and down my dick. Yeah, it's the best sensation I ever felt. Alright, cool. Unfortunately, I'm a beta and I don't last long. Sweaty and tense I'm getting, and pulls off for a second, saying, "It's alright. I'll be your first swallow too. Jackpot.jpg." Start saying things like, "Oh god," and "Holy shit." Can tell she's smiling when she's going down on me. Then suddenly, the second most beta moment of my life. Homecoming!
No. He did.
Sonia pulls off and laughs. I come all over my pants in the floor. "Holy shit, Anon!" Sonia laughs. "I'm sorry, but I can't swallow that shit." She literally just sits there laughing, and a little bit of cum on her face. That was lucky enough to hit her. I laughed too, but only to cover up my embarrassment. On your dirty talk, Anon. I just sit there quietly giggling along with her. It's just her laughing real loudly, and me sitting there kind of giggling with my cock out covered in cum. The worst is yet to happen, my friends. Yes, what you've been waiting for is about to come. So we're sitting there laughing. Somebody comes into the room, and no, they didn't knock. Hey, this next one's topical. Trump in an election. Dippa barges into the room, screaming incoherently. Yells, "Holy shit!" And, "Sorry, Anon, but this is your problem." That's her own Downsy sister who just walked in on her, quote-unquote, boyfriend with his dick out in front of her, but is obviously unsuccessful. Sonia square in the face, dip dribbling down her chin and Dorito crumbs all over her dress. "None, why are you fucking with my sister? I thought you was my man." If you can't jippa the dippa. I say, obviously having no idea how to deal with this situation. "You're gonna happen again. You're gonna do fucking with me now." Fucking shit.
Holy fucking shit.
Am I about to use the V card to the walking weather system? No, Dippa, I don't want to. No use. Dippa charges towards me and jumps on me. She pushes me on the bed. Norbit? You know the deal. For anybody who can't remember, like 2008, Norbit's wife is fucking like 500 pounds. Dippa rips off my pants, goes down on me. Basically, your tongue just pushes on and off like a frog trying to catch a fly. Fractions? Frog Fractions is fucking hilarious. Everybody go play that shit. Then? She asked, drool dribbling everywhere. No, please stop. Stop is the one word that tards choose not to understand. We don't understand, but here, it's her choice. She translates, quote-unquote, stop to, quote-unquote, take it to the next level. Give a fuck.gif. But she pushes me back down to the bed and continues slobbering on my knob. Releases her full nudity. Not bad for a chubby girl, if I'm all fair. Like, and I'd consider it. Decide it's no use. I'm just gonna get... Holy shit, this was before its time! So I just relax and let her fuck me. What happens is she jumps on... Oh god. She jumps on the bed like a monkey and squats on my dick. I have to guide it in. My face when I'm actually helping my designated tard rape me. Still knocked out on the floor. damn lucky no one's walked in the room. He's smoking weed. Anyways, we fuck for a little, and she basically just falls down on me. And it's like a sleeping position. She's too fat to turn me over and make some kind of escape. I finally get to the point of finishing again. I have to close my eyes and think of Sonia or get a glance of her unconscious body on the floor if I can. And by some godsend, she pulls off me. I come on her shirt. Second worst part of the sexual encounter. Count that second. She took my... rubbed it on her face along with the dip. Still left on her chin. Face when I was Dippa's dip. Fell on top of me again. Just kind of laying there. Dippa, I plead. I love you, Anan, she says, just laying on top of me smiling. Drake laying on top of Josh, both half naked, and you get the idea. Brilliant show, by the way. It was great. Early 2000s. The worst part of the entire story. 4 minutes of her just laying on me, me trying to no avail of pushing her off. Dippa just lets out the world's biggest, foulest, most rotten fart. Have mercy. I know. It's a puppy. Oh shit! Squirming, trying to get her off me to no avail. And then, pooping on top of my dick. Is actually leaking onto my penis. A Down syndrome girl is shitting on my pecker. I use all my energy to push Dippa off until she thumps off of the bed. Luckily, wakes up Sonia, who's obviously in pain, but turns around to fully understand the gravity of the situation. Dippa, now moaning on the floor, covered in shit. Rectify this literal shit show. Fucking help me! And Sonia, tears in her eyes, stands up, wiping off her face of my cum. Cleaning supplies. Now, I'm left with my shit-covered dick and a shit-covered date. You can't imagine the horror of the situation. I couldn't move because there was shit there. But I couldn't just leave a confused retard on the floor crying in a puddle of her own feces, now could I? Comes back to two moaning retards and starts to clean up the mess. Luckily, she said, the guys downstairs were none the wiser. Most of the people had left. The shit that's gone down. Literally and figuratively. Because I actually like you. You're nice, unlike the stupid popular guys I usually hang out with. And on. Here you go. Hey. But just mumble out. One time, Queen, I pull up my pants and help Sonia tend to Dippa, who's falling asleep. Wait. You know, she just wanted to have fun like everyone else, Sonia says, a tear in her eye. She attacked me, and you, I say. Yeah, but only because she loves us. Not MP4. Actually, looking downs, yes, downs with an S, at her, lying there, in her own shit, I feel sorry for Dippa. You know, person. She just wasn't blessed with the same genetics as you or I, Sonia says. Normal like us. Sonia starts to cry a little and I comfort her. Thankfully, the smell of shit doesn't get in the way of me trying to, move in on the tard's sister. On the cheek, it says, can we make this work? Just you and I, together while we look after Dippa? And start to laugh at the absurdity of the shitstorm I've just literally experienced. Yeah, I guess we could. That's how I started my relationship with Sonia. Was latches would you have, but God. Alright, sorry, drinks hit me. And that's how I started my relationship with Sonia, which lasted about half a year before she graduated to try and become a nurse. It's me, a guy who just been shat on and raped by a downette. A girl. The downette sister who had just come on, and knocked out to wake up the two people covered in shit in the same room. Love sparked between us. And the downette, lips covered in cum and French onion dip, sleep in her own shit. She looks so perfect there. Shit covered underwear. I know now. Jones.
I'm so down.
And that